Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Outlaws. I'm gonna give some hot takes today. I want to get you guys a little emotional today. I'm gonna give you all my opinion on what's gonna happen with Murders of Foreclosed Manor, the new Outlaws of Thunder's Western Back to the Future 3 Junction, and of course Modern Horizons 3. These three that's the video. These three sets. I'm gonna give you all my hot take. Number one. Murders of Carlo Manor collector boxes. Not only does everyone who bought them, and they went down to zero, I actually think it stabilizes now because the depth of the market of Carlo Manor collectors is more shallow than Ixalan looked on release. And if you go on TCG Player and you go, just pause the video, TCG Player, Murders Carlo, collector boxes, and look what's going on. Everybody flushed it out. Everybody gave up. It's trash going to zero. And now I go on TCG Player. I'm like, I thought these were supposed to go to like zero. Weren't these? I was told don't buy them unless they go to 99 a box. Am I reading this right on TCG Player? How many sell? Wait, does that say $200 a box? After there's only like, wait, what? Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at the depth. Look at how only for example though. Not much liquidity. So if you look at the sell-through rate of Carlo collector boxes, I know we had the little TCG Player sale, so skip that one day. The sell-through rate remains very low. It's very, very weak demand because everybody's very nervous and cautious and, it's bad, I don't want to get the cooties from it. I actually believe, so Rudy's hot take number one, I think Carlo Manor actually stabilizes and actually goes back up to the 170s to possibly even 200. Now I think when we go back up to 200, I think these stores and distributors and evil investors who are sitting on it may start bringing more product to market to actually see an opportunity to get off the books and not actually lose half their money. So even when Carlo starts to climb back up, I actually think we're going to have a lot more downward pressure because people are seeing they're seeing an exit strategy. So be careful of that. But overall, I actually think Carlo
collectors are actually going to level out between 175 and 225. And I know that's a hot take. Do I have any for sale? I do not. But I'm actually considering trying to get a position of this stuff because I don't know. I feel like I just don't think it's that bad. So next thing, I got to mention real quick, Ravnica collector boxes, all-time high, almost $300 a collector box plus tax on TCG Player. Again, Marky got it wrong. We all fucked it up. Whatever. Let's go to the next thing. Important thing. So Outlaws of Thunder's Western Junction with Doc Brown, Marty McFly, and Back to the Future 3 are going out west. My hot take on this is after what happened with Carlo Manor, I think Wizards has learned that standard boxes, especially collector boxes and play boxes, the markets, they need to be very tighter. They need to be a lot more cautious on the supply of these products. I actually think Outlaws is going to do really well. I'm not saying it's going to be an Ixalan 2.0. I feel like it's going to be more of a Wild Drain, a Phyrexia. It's going to be I don't see any form of collapse like we saw with Carlo Manor. I think the wanted cards, the power level of the set, and honestly, the amount of people messaging me, asking me if I'm going to carry it. This time around, I'm shifting a little bit. So going into the month of April, like I warned you all in advance, there will be less videos on this channel as we start to reveal the Sorcery special playmat in the coming days, and then we start to reveal the special Sorcery promo card, and that is going to take me, 3 to 4 weeks to get all the patrons' order shipped. It's going to be almost a month ship time because since the promo card is coming last with Sorcery, we are not going to grade all 2,000 cards first before we start selling. This time around, last time we held all the card. We waited till we had all 1,000 promos graded before we started shipping the Sorcery kits. This time, because the promo's coming last, we already have all the booster boxes, the decks. We now have the playmats. Everything's here except the promo. So we're going to do them in blocks. So every time we get 500 promos graded, we flip them all over, kind of mix them up, and then we're going to get waves of these products out over a multi-week period because so many people have been waiting so long. And when you see the card, you see what's going on, the playmat, so you'll understand. So Sorcery is going to clobber my schedule. You'll see very little of me next month. Yes, Rudy's gone for a month. So you're going to see a reduction of everything. So next month, I'm going to start selling Ixalan draft boxes to you all for $89 shipped. We have Outlaws, Thunder, Western, Back to the Future 3. And I am only carrying the collector boxes and the commander decks. I will not be carrying Outlaws play boxes at release. Now that might be a mistake, but I've made a judgment call. I want to kind of step back from these play boxes until the market recalibrates. The demand for draft boxes, as people realize now with play boxes in the future, unless you've been living under a rock, you really realize how cheap and good draft boxes are. And as you guys saw in my video a few days ago or last week now, Kamigawa and Phyrexia are no longer available. I got blown the F out selling those things for $89 shipped because it was essentially almost $150 off market price on just that one sale item. Remember, folks, we do 8 sales a month, plus the patrons have a monthly list. So just that one item was over $150 off market price. So yikes, that was a lot. So I got crushed on that. But we're going to be onboarding Ixalan $89 draft boxes due to the fear of getting blown out. Probably have to limit those to 1 or 2 boxes a month for patrons for the first few months so we can ease into it. I am want to bring back the Boulders Gate draft for 89 because everybody's asking for it. Anyways, so Outlaws Thunder Junction, I think it's going to be a big success. It's something very unique, and I've always been a fan of R&D and Mark Middlewater. I'm always a fan when they go in new things that haven't been done. Sometimes it doesn't work. Carlo of Manor gets foreclosed. Sometimes it does work. And I think an outlaw Western theme is so unique, it's going to create a nice niche market in Magic. And the power level seems better than Carlo. And the framework, obviously, people didn't like the invisible ink. They didn't like the dossier file folder frame. This one there's a lot more things going for it. So that's my hot take number 2. Outlaws will be under-ordered. Stores got burned on Carlo of Manor, so everyone's going to overcompensate in the pendulum and swing it that way. And I believe it's going to do very well, and it's going to really surprise the market. Hot take number 3. And this is really going to piss people off, but someone's got to do it! Modern Horizons 3. I believe we're going to have serialized fetch lands for the first time ever. I might be wrong. Or there's going to be some other thing in it. I don't know. They already announced the whole cards are sealed. I don't even know if they have. Maybe they've already said they are or not, and I'm just an idiot. I think, okay, so if they already announced that, then I'm just an idiot. I believe the fetch land cycle and the super high price is being frowned upon, but the biggest thing I've learned from Commander Masters was even with these crazy prices that shocked the market, I hate saying this shit, I think the market is going to realize it's worth the money. And I think Hasbro and their financial gurus are going to realize that if they pack it with enough value and they short print the collector boxes enough, specialty set. Remember, specialty set collector boxes. Remember, we talked about this. Universes Beyond collector boxes, specialty collector boxes are not treated the same as standard sets. I think the tighter supply, a lot of expensive cards in it, with the fetch lands, and I think the fetch land pool rate is probably going to be similar to Ravnica, where like a 12-pack collector box of Modern Horizons 3 is going to have between like 6 and 9 fetch lands. And that alone is probably going to give at least $200 in value just in the fetch land slot. Not including any rares or mythics or serialization or Mark Bottom Water. You could have a redemption card for Magic 35th anniversary. I think overall, I think everybody is so fixated on the price because they're being greedy and they're being excessive that people are not actually going to be focused on the actual deep dive in the product. Because the surface, we have these insane prices. And the insane prices pushes people away and pisses us all off. So, that's my hot take. So, what I see coming here is going to be pretty successful. I see a very successful next couple months for Hasbro Magic the Gathering. I see a very successful Pokemon next few months. Temporal Forces, these stores, or anyone doing stupid stuff and fire selling them at a loss online, you're an idiot. Temporal Forces did have a print run reduction, and you wait 6 months. Just wait. Anyone who dumps that or doesn't see it, I'm sorry, you must be new here. So I think, and by the way, have you guys seen the new Flesh and Blood thing? This Mist Veil? Anybody seeing? The Mist? Anybody? I think this has the potential to be one of the most successful Flesh and Blood sets since maybe Fab 2.0. Maybe since like a Dynasty or maybe Heavy. I don't know. The Flesh and Blood hype on this new set and the new theme, and if you haven't seen this, the trailer on that is pretty wild. So overall, I see this happening. In the next 60 days, okay, Rudy is going to be pumping $89 draft boxes for Ixalan to all you Timmies out there. Number 2, I'm going to try to bring back Boulders Gate for $89 draft because everybody keeps asking for it. Number 3, You're going to start seeing reduced videos on this channel in April because this massive sorcery workload. It's going to take about 200 to 300 labor hours to get this done. Me, family members, a team of about 6, 7 of us. It's going to take almost a month to do thousands of kits and handle this much product, plus the graded cards, somebody checkpointing and auditing, and of course the amount of slabs. It's going to be a ton of work. So I think the sorcery thing is going to be massive. Okay, I think Pokemon Scarlet Violet is going to continue to uptick. I think One Piece, even with the first, I'm already hearing rumors, these little reprints that they're going back, it's so small it ain't going to mean anything. We may see a $300 One Piece box go back down to $250. It's going to drop 20. It's not even going to be enough for anyone to care. Similar to Pokemon, when they had Sword and Shield with, not Scarlet Violet, but when they did the, what was it, Lost Origins and Silver Tempest. When they announced the final reprint of Sword and Shield there, and everybody's like, oh God, it's over, Rudy! And I remember getting those messages, and I even showed you guys a video, and I showed you my palette of the Silver Tempest and everything. And at the time, everybody's like, oh my God. And I think you guys did the math for me. That palette was 1,060, 1,070 boosters of booster boxes of Silver Tempest. And now, and Silver Tempest had went from like 150 all the way down to like $100. And everybody's like, oh, look at these idiots. And now Silver Tempest and Lost Origins are climbing back to all-time highs. I think Pokemon across the board continues to grow. I think Sword and Shield, the entire era of Sword and Shield is still undervalued. I think this whole, Evolving Skies, is it over 1,000 yet? Nope. We'll follow up another month. I think Chilling Reign, undervalued. Fusion Astral, undervalued. Lost Origins, Silver Tempest. And I think the most interesting one, too, is even Brilliant Stars. That was supposed to be number 2 behind Evolving, and it's still like 160, 180. I'm surprised it didn't break 200 yet. These things, and some of the older Sword and Shield, the base set, the Vivid, the Darkness, these things are still stupid cheap. And why people who want to park money or collect or invest these products, or even just in the single card, like I'm not sure why some of those early Sword and Shield sets are still that cheap, but the market will reprice and recalibrate. So I foresee a very strong 90 days coming up. People, yeah, but Rudy, look at Hasbro. They released Murders and they foreclosed everyone's LGS. Okay. Wizards released the first bad product we've had in like 8 releases. The last product that Wizard released before Carlo that actually tanked and went down was what? Commander Masters? Which, oh, by the way, that we'll go with that later. Commander Masters? What? I guess Crimson Midnight? I guess that's too many years ago. That's too long. I guess, let's just say Baldur's Gate? I mean, to say that Magic is dead again and they screwed up, we've had so many successful Magic sets, and there are so many scumbags out there like me that did so well on Ravnica collectors, Ixalan collectors, Wild of Eldraine collectors. Like, you look at all these sets that have come out, and people are like, oh yeah, well look at that one. Carlo went down. So what? We had like 6, 7, 8 releases that all did incredibly successful for Hasbro Wizards. And yep, Carlo of Manor. Store costs like 180s. It's down to like 150s. 15-20% loss. Like, when you have 8 products come out, and then one of them collapses and goes down 20%, and everyone acts like that, like, there's just no sense of understanding in the big picture and depth. Like, the lack of education and the emotional just responses is just sad in this world. Like I said in the other video, I don't know when it became embarrassing or to ridicule when somebody makes a mistake. If an LGS makes a mistake or Hasbro makes a mistake, like, they fucked up. If Rudy makes a mistake, fucked up. All of a sudden, like this whole, oh God, you gotta be embarrassed. Dude, we're humans. The difference is when you trip and fall, are you gonna be a Timmy that just stays on the ground saying, well, I'm sad now. I lost money. I screwed up. If you guys need me, I'll be in the corner holding my left nut, and I'm gonna look for the right nut. Like, who does that? Like, that's you learn more about yourself when Chuck Norris takes your wife's boyfriend. You don't learn about yourself until you go through bad shit. Okay? And I'm not even here to sell you a get-rich-quick program. Right? Or should I? Should I make a get-rich-quick program? Anyways, be a patron. Support me. Send me a message. Rudy, you son of a bitch. I love you. Only on Wednesdays, though. Is today Wednesday? You don't love me. But those are my hot takes. Okay, everybody? I think we are getting ready to go through a very strong time period. All I see is a lot of positive indicators across the board. And the kicker, the items that Rudy has the largest position in, Vintage Magic, ABU, Four Horsemen, those are doing the worst. The worst performing stuff right now is literally the old Magic. They're all the ones that are flat, maybe up a couple percent off their lows. I mean, they're nowhere near a bull market booming to all-time highs. They're not doing bad. They're not tanking. They're not hitting new lows. I mean, they've gone off their lows. They've boop, 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 boop. You know, beep, boop, boop. But I mean, overall, the money is flowing to new stuff. You know, the stuff that, unfortunately, I don't have for sale because I guess I just didn't manage it good. The money's flowing to new stuff. And this blueprint that I see with Hasbro, the Western set, the Modern Horizons, the Assassin's Creed, Pokemon with Temporal, and the new set coming in a couple months, Flesh and Blood with this insane looking cute. You got to see that Flesh and Blood trailer. Hit Flesh and Blood trailer. Look at this new one. Oh my God. Okay, the Sorcery thing coming up here in the next month. I mean, look at the success of One Piece. Disney Lorcana's stable. Star Wars Unlimited is stable. Weiss has been doing well. Like, I'm sitting here like, this is a great time to be in the CCG world. And and the problem is, you don't know that until the year is behind us. Okay? We're not really going to be able to reflect on how good we have something until we go into 2025. We all turn around and go, oh shit, that's what Rudy looks like from behind. No, I'm kidding. Get out of the gutter. And that's the problem. Like in 2024, we've been talking, the low of the market was Q3, Q4 last year. And we didn't know that in the time. Remember, 6 months ago, everybody was online. Oh God, look at Rudy. What's he going to dump today? Or if he's going to try to beat the Amazon dump. All everybody was doing 6 months ago was panicking on what Hasbro was going to destroy next to their own brand. What was going to be the next collab? Every store, the amount of losses being sold and tax losses and dumping below cost was insane. And little did anybody realize, 2024 knocked on the door. We let him in. He came and fixed our washer and dryer. And the guy turned around, big ripped muscles. I was impressed. I wish I looked that good. And the guy said, you're in for a treat, little one. And I just said, oh, yes, master. That's kind of creepy. Fuck that. Should we edit that out? Anyways, and literally he was right. 2024 has been a treat. And we didn't know, looking back in 2023, how good we had it. We had no idea that we are at the moment of the best buying opportunity in years. And that's what happened. That's how this stuff works. We don't know until it's over. And those are my hot takes. Not really that hot, but I think the biggest hot take out of it is with Magic. I don't think people realize the success of Outlaws, Modern Horizons, and the Assassin's Creed that's coming. Especially the Modern Horizons. Everybody's focused on the price. I don't think people realize what's coming. The same thing with Pokemon Scarlet Violet. The amount of missed opportunities from that is going to be fucking hilarious. And then, of course, I apologize in advance. The demand for the Sorcery thing is going to just annihilate the videos on this channel for weeks. But it's going to be such... Dude, you guys, wait till you see this shit. So I expect to start releasing later this week. We're going to release the new playmat artwork and show you guys what's going on. And then going into next week, I'm hoping to start revealing the promo card. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.